What's up, everyone? In June last year, I bought myself a Kindle and finally got into the habit of reading at least 3 pages a day. Roughly 1 year later, here I am with 7 books read and only 3 failed days. Most of the books I read were in English, which, as you can see, is not my mother language. I am from Brazil. I am constantly watching and reading content in English, but I feel like I need to practice writing and speaking English. And this is why I chose to do something that will get myself way out of my comfort zone. I will post a book review in English. So, without further ado, let's do it. The first book I chose is 4,000 Weeks, Time Management for Mortals by Oliver Burkeman. I really enjoyed the book, and I think it's especially great for anyone who has read way too many productivity and time management books like myself. The book helps you redefine your relationship with time by showing not only how little time we have, but also that the answer to making the most of our time is not by being more productive, doing more stuff, or managing each resource as efficiently as possible. The real answer lies in accepting that we are mortal, that we have a finite life, and that we have very little control about so many aspects of our lives. This is a review and not a summary, but if I were to give you a pretty straight to the point summary, it would be: life is short. You get roughly 4,000 weeks to live, which is about 80 years. And no matter how productive you are still going to die much before you have done everything you wanted to do. And this is simply because there are endless amounts of places to go, people to meet, and things to do, and only one finite life. One passage I really like on the book is when he mentions a very well known parable about fitting rocks, pebbles, sand, and water into a large glass jar. In this parable, which was first introduced in Stephen Covey's book First Things First, a teacher arrives in class and challenges his students to fit all of those items into a glass jar. The only way to get the task done is by putting the sizable rocks first, then the pebbles, then the sand, and finally the water. This is then used as a metaphor for how you use your time, meaning that the rocks and pebbles are the most important things, like your family, your academic life, or taking care of your health. And the sand and the water are the least important things, like scrolling social media or binge watching TV. The message is that if you prioritize everything correctly and put them in the right order, you can fit everything just fine. Or at least this is what the Stephen Covey's book tries to show. But 4,000 Weeks shows this is a blatantly big fat lie. And this is simply because life has endless amounts of water, sand, rocks, and pebbles to fit into a single finite glass jar, which is your life. Even if you could avoid putting any sand or any water or anything not important in your life, life would still give you so many valuable opportunities, like rocks and pebbles, that you would still have to choose not to do something in order to do something else. This whole idea about our mortality and lack of control may be unsettling and even negative for some people, but I do think that the message of the book is positive and even pretty rational. Even though it emphasizes our mortality and lack of control, it also shows how to avoid doing things we don't value and how to really enjoy the things we choose to do. I hope you like my book review and can at least understand my crappy English. Leave a thumbs up, drop a comment about anything you like, and thanks for watching.